Parshas Baloiso, the Torah says, "Vo'ish Moshe anav mioid mikol adam asher al pnei adama." Moshe Rabbeinu was the most humble man of the entire world. Moshe was the epitome of humility. How did he attain being the most humble man on earth? When he was described as the Adon HaNeviim, the greatest prophet to ever live. When he's described as Peh al Peh Adabre Bai, the only human being, the only mortal that ever spoke mouth to mouth with God. The person who spent 120 days in the heavens in Shemayim. How does he stay humble? Furthermore, asks Rav Lazer Yudel Zatzal, why does it say Mikol Adam from the entire human race? It could have simply said, Moshe Anav Mioid, most humble man. Says Rav Lazer Yudel, because the way he attained his humility was Mikol Adam. He looked at every person he encountered, big or small, high or low. He saw their struggles. He saw their challenges. He saw their temptations, and he was overwhelmed. He was awestruck. He was humbled. He said, look at this person. This person is facing an insurmountable challenge, the strongest temptation, and yet he's not giving in. And everybody views this person as lowly, and everybody views this person as small. Moshe Rabbeinu said, wow, unbelievable. Look what I could learn from. Moshe Rabbeinu said, I am so humbled. You know, people often ask me, you're a regular person from Flatbush. You went to yeshivas your whole life. How do you relate to secular Yidden? How do you love people that grew up from and went off the derech and are struggling with the Yiddishkeit? It's a great question. But I gotta tell you, last week a fellow came to BGX, secular guy, who told me that he gave up his favorite foods, lobster and pork. Now, we think lobster and pork. To these people, it's delicious. It's like me giving up chont and kugel. How could I ever give up chont and kugel? I looked at him and I said, I'm humbled. I'm awestruck. What about the guy who grew up from, who struggles tremendously, told me, I'm not going to the conference. I said, why are you not going to the conference? It's the conference of the year. He says, because they don't dress sneers, they dress immodestly there. I don't want the challenge. I looked at him and I said, you know, people look at this guy and they think that he's just a nobody, a nothing. He's godless. He's great. Well, who am I? Moshe Rabbeinu looked Mikol Adam. Means he looked at the entire humanity from the beginning of time to the end of time. He saw a generation, our generation, that faces the greatest struggles and challenges ever. And he looked at us and he said, wow, they're able to persevere. They're able to conquer. He looked at us and he was humbled. Every time you face a challenge and a struggle, know that Moshe Rabbeinu is looking at you. When you say Vayimayim, when you refuse, you are godless. You are greatness. And Moshe Rabbeinu, V'yish Moshe Adam Yoid Mikol Adam. Moshe Rabbeinu is looking at you and he says, I'm humbled. I'm amazed. That's what you could pull off. That's what you could accomplish. Even little us, even puny us, we could do it.